Berlin, a city rich in culture and history. Berlin, the heart of Germany, and home to ITB Berlin, which brands itself as the world's leading travel trade show. Destinations from far and wide come here each year, knowing it's in their best interest to be present. It's not just a matter of showing your face, but ITB Berlin provides tourism players, Caribbean and otherwise, the ideal forum to boost their visitor profile. So they come in their numbers, knowing a stitch in time can save 9, and do what they can to peel away from the pack and seek to get a leg up in their bid to climb their way to the top. Some of them just eager to get into the swing of things. Tourism in the Caribbean is big business, and that's why from points all across this diverse region, they've all packed their bags and come to Berlin to let the world know the Caribbean's where it's at for that much sought after golden holiday destination.
It's the opportunity for us to meet with everybody who's actively engaged in the travel business to the Bahamas, to the region, to the Caribbean region, but to the Bahamas in particular. So we take the opportunity to meet with various tour operator partners, airline partners, and other, even media, to really look at what opportunities exist for the next season, what are some of the things we learned from the last season that we could do differently, better, and so on. And so it's always an important exercise. It's a long distance to travel for a few days, but it's well worth it.
The presence here of the Caribbean has always been a paramount because we depend a lot on the European business into the region, particularly the German market, and ITB is held in Berlin, and the whole region with the competitiveness today, you cannot afford not to be at a trade show like this.
We're looking for anything that we can have. We're definitely trying to promote and see what's new and unique in the islands, and that's what people want. What's different, what's unique that they can work on, that they can see, they can experience. They want a new experience. Everybody has fancy, as you know, so we're looking for something that's quite different.
ITB for Montserrat is a must, because if we do not show up at this trade show, people will be thinking that Montserrat is actually closed, that the volcano has run us over, has put us out of business. So it is very, very important that we show up at ITB each year to let the public know that Montserrat is indeed open for business and that we are in business of the hospitality trade, and that people are welcome and very much invited to come to Montserrat to enjoy a fantastic destination.
Puerto Rico is a very popular destination, for example, amongst families, because it has a very high infrastructure and health standards. So it's very popular for people to bring their children. So we might see that instead of bringing the whole family, well, then they're deciding on a couple coming, or the mother and the father, or also you might see people cutting back perhaps on other things, like if maybe they were doing more sightseeing, well, maybe people are cutting back and staying more on the beach.
If there were any doubts about the Caribbean's appeal to the world, the more than 180,000 visitors to this major tourism trade show are being given a real-life sample to whet their appetite of some of the fun that awaits them. Although they're all smiles, they're also serious about business. These are challenging times for Caribbean destinations. The world's economy is not as healthy as it used to be, experiencing a severe downturn to the extent that many have never witnessed before. But if tourism is your business, then you ought to know that being here will be a boost for you. It's here at ITB Berlin that deals are sought, deals are sealed, and deals are delivered. It's in times like these that the Caribbean puts on a brave face, digs in deep, and finds a way not to get lost in the shuffle. Because when it comes to tourism, the Caribbean punches above its weight.
It's a very interesting year. Both years are different. Last year was a little more bullish. This year You see a deep interest, yes, but a far more reserved kind of approach with everybody, being cautious and being very careful, but nonetheless quite decisive in terms of what they want to do. And indeed, in our case, we are very clear in terms of what we must do to ensure that we not only mitigate the impact of the downturn, but even find space for growth.
Business has been good. The cooperators that we've been spoken to still have a strong